and welcome to Grandad's Reviews. I've seen a lot of reviews comparing the Fuji X-T2 to the Fuji X-T3, which I'm filming on at the moment, and saying how they compare, and they're very good reviews. I'll put a few links down below in the comments, and they make good comments regarding that if you're an X-T2 user and you only use it for hobby or personal use, you're not doing sports or anything really fast moving, then moving up to the X-T3 for stills photography isn't such a big actual leap. For movies, totally different ball game, and it is worth the upgrade. But I've not seen anybody comparing the X-T1 to the X-T3. And if you pick one of these up cheap off eBay and you're thinking, well, is it now time for me to upgrade to X-T3, miss out the X-T2? I thought I'd have a look. It'll be stills image quality that I'm looking at. We know the AF is quicker on the X-T3, but if you're doing landscapes or even street photography or anything like that, you don't really need that extra speed. And obviously for movies, it's a no-brainer, go straight to the X-T3. So I'm going to take some shots with the X-T1 and the X-T3 using the same lens, same settings. I do it at 2 ISOs, 200 ISO and 6400. I just wanted to see what the difference is between low ISO and high ISO. And then we'll stick them on the computer and have a look. So let's get started. There you go, that's all the shots taken. Now I have to go on the computer and we'll see what we've got. Let's see you back at the computer. So these are the JPEGs straight out of the camera. X-T1, X-T3 both at 200 ISO and then zoomed in. And not a lot in it, to be honest. At 1600, when zoomed in, I would say the X-T1 is a little bit cleaner. Again, a bit more detail in the trees and that. Zoom in at 200 ISO, very similar, not a great deal in it. 6400, let's see, and we zoom in on there. Again, I think the X-T1 is cleaner. I think in all these shots you can see that there's not a huge difference in the JPEGs between the two cameras, and the X-T1 is a bit cleaner, and that might be due to the larger actual photo cells actually on the chip, only 16 megapixels rather than 26. So that's the JPEGs. Right, I've got the raw files in Lightroom now. Got the X-T3 at 1600 on the left and the X-T1 on the right. And if we zoom in to 100% on both, I actually think the X-T1 is cleaner. Looking at the normal imports, I've not done anything to these. There's no alterations or anything at all. X-T1 6400, X-T3 6400 on here. Let's zoom right in 100%. I would say the X-T1's not quite as sharp, but it's cleaner. More detail in the X-T3. I'll look at another one. 1600. Zoom in, and there's not a huge amount in that either. Let's do a 200. So X-T1 200. X-T3 200. Zoom in. Can't say I can see a huge difference. 100 on that. At 200 ISO, yeah, the X-T3 is sharper. Look at the bricks. And look at the pumpkin. But at normal viewing distance, is it a huge amount? Yeah, at the lower ISOs, definitely sharper on the X-T3, but not by a huge amount. It's probably possible to bring up something similar. So look. So there's the X-T1. And up to that, let's see what auto does to it. So that's the X-T1 adjusted. Let's go to X-T3. Sharpen that up as well. Do auto on this one. So, X-T3, both just auto in Lightroom, and they're very similar. We zoom in, it's not a huge difference. It really isn't. Even the dynamic range where you've got these bright leaves, it's not a massive difference between them. So just looking at the files, was it really worth changing to the X-T3 from an X-T1? Honest opinion, I don't think so. There's not a lot in it, is there really? Auto on there. See what we can bring out of it. Go to X-T3. We've got the X-T1 on the right, X-T3 on the left. Make it as big as I can. Just done some quick auto adjustments. Zoom in. Personally, for stills, I don't actually see there's a big enough difference in these quick tests for me to say I would change to the X-T3 from the X-T1. It's minimal. Obviously, you're going to see other benefits with the autofocus and the faster processor that's in it. But image quality wise, I think, to be honest, there's not a lot. If you want to upgrade, fair enough, but I don't think you're going to see a big enough difference in the actual image quality to warrant it, to be honest. If you're just expecting to get better quality, yeah, there is a little bit, but it's not a lot. And we're pixel peeping here. I think, as I've shown on the previous images, there isn't a huge difference in the quality between the X-T1 and the X-T3. Yes, there is a lot of differences, as in the operation of the camera, and speed of the camera, and just the general technology in getting better over time. But for just normal use images on social media, if you're just printing them out, small prints up to say A4 or even A3, X-T1's fine. Obviously, if you're going to do large prints, then yes, the extra megapixels of the X-T3 does make a difference. As for example, here's two images of swans. One's taken with the X-T1, one with the X-T3. Can you really notice the difference? And just as a complete opposite to that, here's an image actually was taken with a 12 megapixel Fuji S2 Pro. So even at 12 megapixels, it's still a good quality. So going to 26 on the X-T3, yes, it's a better camera, but image-wise, you should be happy with the X-T1. If you want to catch up for any more videos, subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you later.